Good morning and welcome to the Morning Blend Extra. Today is Friday, May 9th. I'm Jake Pearson. Coming up on today's show, we have shipwreck removals, frozen pastries, upcoming events, and Mother's Day shopping. But first, let's take a quick look at the weather forecast. So taking a look out there, as you can see already, definitely a whole lot more sunshine than we've been feeling here across the state line the last couple of days. That being said, a high of 70, so a little bit chilly, but still not terrible. As we move into Saturday, a high of 76, a little bit cloudier, but then it all makes up for it once we hit our Sunday. Mother's Day is looking absolutely gorgeous, 78 degrees with plenty of sunshine. And then as we move into next week, we're definitely going into the furnace a little bit. Monday, 83 is a high, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do have those rain chances coming back just like from last week, so definitely not a bad idea to download our WIFR First Alert weather app. But then moving into those highs there, 79 on Tuesday, a high of 82 there on Wednesday, and a high of 89 on Thursday. Holy cow. Man, oh man, it's still May. What's going on? That's crazy. Holy cow. Here's some live pictures here from our primetime audio video East State Street cam. And wonderful again to see some of that sunshine there. I know that a lot of us here have been missing it across the state line. Turning to our top stories here today. Yesterday, Pope Leo XIV was elected and became the first pope from the United States. However, while the cardinals in Rome were voting, students at a Chicago Catholic school held their own conclave. Reporter Noel Brennan has the story.
Who would you vote for?
When the mystery of the papal conclave meets a kid's imagination.
It is time for our conclave to begin.
Chicago's Our Lady of Mount Carmel Academy becomes the Sistine Chapel.
Let the Holy Spirit be with you.
Suddenly, a fourth grader like Cameron Smith
What would you do if you became Pope?
feels the weight of a cardinal in Rome.
Wow, there's so many good options.
Cameron has to vote like a cardinal and think like one too.
You'd want to be able, you don't want to be an interesting answer.
Teachers, parents, and their parish helped plan this mock conclave.
We really have no idea who's going to get chosen.
It's up to 20 kid cardinals to pick their pope.
Do you need to be humble?
I think you got to be kind, respectful.
Be a pope of the people.
What makes a good pope is a pope that's holy and has a good heart for everyone.
How many votes is this going to take?
I think maybe 4 to 6, yeah.
4 to 6?
Yeah.
And we're on 2?
Yeah. We think that's not fair.
As Cameron and the Cardinals start campaigning for each other,
Augie over there.
front runners crop up.
It's going to be him.
I'm confident, but I'm not confident.
Now we have to eat because we're so stressed out.
No consensus on a pope just yet. The Cardinals have finished a snack break and are in their 3rd round of voting.
They say we're getting very close to a pope and everyone's freaking out. It could be anyone.
The palpable papal suspense finally lifts.
Cardinal Augustus Wilk.
And it's 4th grader Augie Wilk
We did it!
who's gotten at least 2/3 of the vote.
We did it!
I learned that the Holy Spirit guide me through all my voting and to make the right choices. And I also learned it's good to have a little bit of fun, but also stay humble.
White smoke signals the news to the entire school.
Here! Merry Christmas!
And in this moment, you'd swear you were in St. Peter's Square.
Very, very cute story there. A boat that has been stuck on Milwaukee's Lake Michigan shoreline for months has finally been brought ashore. Milwaukee County tried again Tuesday morning after 6 failed attempts to get this boat unstuck. Hundreds of people showed up to witness this removal. The boat, named Deep Thought, was abandoned after running out of gas in October. It survived the fall and then froze over in the winter. With 3 cranes and several hours of towing, the near 75,000-pound boat filled with mud was finally dragged out of the lake. However, many Milwaukee residents say they aren't ready to see the boat go.
It's a big part of our culture now, since October. People have been, talking about the boat and visiting it, and there has not been a time I haven't come by day and night where people haven't been down here checking it out.
I'm actually come down here on the bench and kind of, look at it for a while and just, take it in. So, yeah, it's going to be a sad moment a little bit because it's going to be gone. It's history.
Going from one frozen thing to another, you might think Pop-Tarts go in the toaster, but these ones definitely belong in the freezer. Pop-Tarts parent company Kellanova has unveiled Pop-Tarts ice cream sandwiches. They feature 3 ice cream flavors layered between what the company says are flavored-filled pastry-style ends. The Pop-Tarts freezer aisle expansion also includes pints of ice cream in 3 flavors. Kellanova said the sandwiches will be available starting this month at Walmart. The ice cream pints will be released later this summer at select retailers. Now that is definitely something that I'm going to have to try. Maybe we'll have to see if we can get some people to try it here in the studio. Maybe we'll have to put that on the website. Coming up, we'll talk with Historic Attractions about some of their exciting upcoming events. When we come back, don't go anywhere.
From the future. From the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice Hawks.
Shot on net. Slaggert scores! Sit down to the goal line, draped it across, they score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick!
Local baseball action with your Beloit Skycar.
He's at the wall, and that ball is gone!
To watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the MVC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives it all the way. Dunk it, Kobe White. Get up or get out the way.
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the State Line's home for sports.
Spring in the State Line means severe weather season is here.
A powerhouse storm system.
But you're safe because you watched First Alert Weather, and you get the first alert with forecast for where you live. WIFR First Alert Weather, putting you first.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results. Extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMRockford.com.
At WIFR, local news is all about you. News in your neighborhood. Your first alerts to severe weather. Hometown sports. You're informed from people you trust, right here in your community, and not somewhere else. A team that's invested in your hometown as much as you are. Wherever and however you're watching, WIFR, your community, your news.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. We're joined by Alex Mary from Historic Attractions. Alex, thanks so much for coming on to the show.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So Historic Attractions is open. So for people who, maybe aren't aware, tell us how cool it is.
Yeah, so this is an 86,000 square foot museum with over 25 different exhibit focuses that you can look through. As you journey through, you're going to see a vast collection of Wild West artifacts, John F. Kennedy artifacts, presidential artifacts, and just some really neat, unique pieces like Miss Belvedere, if you've ever heard of that.
Wow, very interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of different things, an Abraham Lincoln exhibit, so a lot of American and world history that you'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I saw, is there a gangster exhibit too?
Yes, yeah, 1920s gangster artifacts. So John Dillinger, you'll see Bonnie and Clyde artifacts.
Wow.
Yes, Pretty Boy Floyd, so a lot of different pieces.
Yeah, holy cow, that is super awesome there. I'm a little bit of a like mob movie guy, so that's definitely right up my alley.
Oh
so
yeah, take a peek.
Super cool stuff there. And then, of course, obviously we've got the rest of spring ahead of us. We've got the rest of summer ahead of us. What are some events that are coming up at the museum?
So our upcoming big one is Cruise Night. That is coming up Wednesday. I know you were talking about rain on Wednesday. I'm crossing my fingers that it'll, scoot right past us. But May 14th is our first Cruise Night for the 2025 season. We're going to have a little over 100 show cars. Spectators are starting to grow. Families are coming out and enjoying this. And this year we're working with Perfectly Seasoned, who's going to be selling food and drinks throughout the night. And the museum is going to be open. So people can enjoy that too at a discounted admission. So a lot of fun happening during cruise night.
Yeah, absolutely. And is that something that looks like something that you guys do every month then?
Yes, we do it every month. We start in May and we'll go until September, the second Wednesday of each month.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think you guys are also teaming up. Is it Perfectly Seasoned that you guys are teaming up with for a cruise night?
Yes, yes. So they'll be at every single cruise night, but each week the menu is going to change.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're
very
we'll
interesting.
release the menu at the beginning of each week on our social media.
Gotcha. Dang it. I was going to say, so I can't get you to give me a little hint about what might be there.
Not this time.
All right. Well, then moving on there, what is maybe another event that we've got coming up here?
In June, we're going to be doing another mystery dinner. This one is going to be a 1950s, A Dance with Death, prom night mystery. So it's an interactive dinner theater that is going to take place in our banquet room. You can get our tickets online or over the phone, but this is such a fun event. It is, I mean, you have actors that come in from the Chicagoland area, put on this great show. You get a dinner, get some drinks, view the museum. I mean, it's a great night.
Wow, that is super cool.
Yes.
Holy cow. And this isn't the first time that you guys have done this. I think you guys tried this last year too?
Yes, we did a gangster wedding mystery dinner last year, and it was through the roofs. Everyone loved it. So we're bringing it back, and we're going to have a couple more this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, you're talking my language. This is right up my alley. And then, you know, something else that I think is super cool too, you know, what's sort of the encouragement for people to kind of dress up and you know, in that regard?
I mean, we love when people get interactive, and we try to push it really hard on our social media. When people call and ask, we tell them, yes, please dress up. I'm actually dressing up.
Yeah?
Yes.
Really? All right.
So I'll be dressed up as a 1950s concession stand host.
All right.
So, I mean, I'm even dressing up. It is so fun to just get interactive with other people. And there's always one person sitting at your table that's, you know, super into it, and you never know, they might be the murderer.
Yeah, well, that's true. And I mean, and even then, even just having somebody who's kind of that dedicated kind of makes the experience there too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and seeing sock hop on there too. I feel like that's something we haven't seen quite often in recent times.
No, not at all. We try to be a little unique with and match with what the exhibits you'll see in the back to what the events will be.
Yeah, and then of course, you know, what are maybe some other things that we can see coming up here later this season?
Yeah, so we are working on some other exhibits. So the go-kart exhibit in the far back of the museum, that's going to be getting some love. So we just put in some, I want to say 4 or 5 new go-karts. And we're going to be working on wallpaper. We're collecting photos from the families of these drivers and going to be kind of putting up a collage and in memory of this great experience. And these are local people from Rockford, from Rockton. So
holy cow. I mean, and how many go-karts do you guys really have, like, you know, total, I suppose?
I want to say we have a total of maybe 8 right now, and we're working on putting maybe 3 or 4 more in. So just trying to find that space.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, and then again, you know, for anybody who's maybe tuning in kind of as we're going through, you know, for people who don't know, what really is, you know, the different cool exhibits that you can check out at historic attractions?
So, I mean, we have one of the largest John F. Kennedy collections, and this is something that I think people really make a connection with.
Yeah.
When they go back there. Another big one is Frontierland.
Yes.
You see artifacts from real known historic figures from that time period. Annie Oakley, Jesse James, the Cole Younger gang. It is so cool to just walk through and experience history. And the facade that you're seeing right now is actually from the Rockford Speedway, the Forest Hill Lodge. We were able to purchase that, scale it down, and put it up in our museum.
Yeah, absolutely. And then could you tell us about the Mother's Day special as well?
Yes, so moms, we are treating you. Get 50% off of the admission. No matter the age, come in with your young kids, with your older kids, and enjoy history. We have a great Jackie Kennedy exhibit. Marilyn Monroe just got some love. She has an extended case along with Buddy Holly. So a lot to check out.
Yeah, absolutely. A little something for the moms too.
Absolutely.
Never a bad idea.
Yes.
All right. Well, then how can people reach out and, you know, find some more information about you guys?
So they can either go to our website at historicattractionsmuseum.com, or they can give us a call and ask the front desk person anything that comes to their mind, and we're going to be able to help you.
And then what hours are you guys open then during the week?
Yeah, we're open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, weekends. 10 to 6, Sunday 10 to 5. We're only closed on Mondays.
All right, perfect. Yeah, and then there you go. You can check out historic attractions at 13825 Metric Road in Roscoe. Alex, thank you so much again for coming on to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, absolutely. And then coming up next, with Mother's Day just around the corner, we have lots of gift ideas that could brighten up your special someone's day when we come back.
From the future, from the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice
Shot
Hawks,
on net. Slaggert scores! It down to the goal line, draped it across, they score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick!
local baseball action with your Beloit Sky Car,
He's at the wall, and that ball is gone!
to watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the MVC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives it. On the bucket! Bucket coming away! Get up or get out the way!
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the State Line's home for sports.
Spring in the State Line means severe weather season is here.
A powerhouse storm system.
But you're safe because you watched First Alert Weather, and you get the first alert with forecast for where you live. WIFR First Alert Weather, putting you first.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results. Extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMRockford.com.
At WIFR, local news is all about you. News in your neighborhood. Your first alerts to severe weather. Hometown sports. You're informed from people you trust, right here in your community, and not somewhere else. A team that's invested in your hometown as much as you are. Wherever and however you're watching, WIFR, your community, your news.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. Porch Boutique in Rockford has clothing, jewelry, stuffed animals, and gift ideas for any occasion. And WIFR's Aaron Wilson visited to see what they have to offer this time of year.
Welcome on into Porch. Always love a visit here. Why? Because they've got some incredible gift ideas for you. It doesn't matter the holiday. It doesn't matter the special event. And we got our good friend Lori with us. Hello, Lori.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to see you again.
You too.
Always love a visit here, as mentioned. And let's get started because it's a busy time of the year.
It is.
Mother's Day, wedding season, graduations. Summer is just around the corner, and it's time to shop till you drop, and you've got some great items. Let's start with Mom's Day. Sound good?
Yes.
And couldn't help but notice here as I looked around the store, this is the perfect Mother's Day gift. Very easy.
Sentimental.
And it says a lot to Mom. Yeah. How do you get all these great ideas?
Research.
Yeah. It shows. I mean, it shows. You get in the store, you can shop around here. What makes this unique?
I think the sayings. We try to find pieces that have unique sayings because anyone can get a bracelet, but when there's a special saying that goes with the bracelet, it's more meaningful.
Yeah, and I love too that the packaging that a lot of your items come with, it's great because again, it just picks it up a level and makes it even more special when you're able to give those gifts. Let's accessorize. And
Yes.
some of the purses you have here over the years have been amazing.
Yes, this is our designer collection, Consuelo. It's
Yeah.
beautiful Italian leather. We really, really enjoy some of the special colors that these come in.
Every
Styles.
now and again, you're going to hear that ding in the background. That's a good sign because customers are coming in. We keep things flowing here at Porch. You have other lines of purses too,
We
correct?
do, yes.
Yeah.
This is just my favorite.
Absolutely, a lot of great selection. But you know, I think that's what makes your selection fantastic is because you do have an eye for what's in this store. So you are picking those premium items that a lot of folks gravitate to.
We try.
Yeah, and you do a great job at that. All right, can I move to the peace pole here?
You can.
A lot of folks are liking to get outdoors there in the backyard, the deck, the patio, wherever. And these have been a huge hit.
They have, and we have them for bereavement, for Mother's Day, for housewarming. We got some in for when you're going to the lake and need to take your friends at the lake a gift. It got different sizes, bird bass. They're really, really a great
Touch and feel of this, it's durable.
Yes, it is. And they're for outside, they don't fade.
Okay, excellent. Good to know. Again, you got the Peace Bowl there, and I happen to notice here right next to it too, you got the mini art poles
Yes,
as
and
well.
those are darling and planters. Like when you go and get your hanging basket for your mom or the basket to set on her porch, add a little personalized peace pole, and it really just makes it extra special.
I feel like I need to yell at my phone. Siri, make sure that you mark down the mini art pole. 2. She's got it. She's all ready to go. Love this stuff. All right, soft to the touch here, and this is something that has gone viral.
This is crazy.
Wow.
Our jelly cats. We cannot keep them in stock. We have people calling. We have people on our online website ordering. We even sent an order to Canada. They're crazy. They went viral on TikTok, and we get them as fast as we can and as many as we can.
So tough to keep them in stock.
Yes, it is.
And folks of all ages, but it really seems to be a hit with the kids, the teens, right?
It is. When we first started, well, they were here when I purchased the store, and it was always a great shower gift. Came with a little book. You could get both. Then the older kids got into them. Now is college age kids are collecting them.
We've talked about Mother's Day. We've talked about graduation season, weddings. You know, that's another part of this too. Showers and baby gifts. I mean, you have such an incredible line with that. And what a connection because of your beautiful grandkids.
Oh, true. Yeah, my baby apartment keeps getting bigger.
But again, that's where that eye comes into play. You know what you're getting there. And every time I've been able to get something here for a newborn or even up to the age of 2, it's always a hit.
Yeah, we have some really fun things we do only specialize in up to 24 months, but we do have some fun baby gifts.
Yes, absolutely. Encourage folks to get in here and shop around. When it comes to the kitchen, maybe you're having a small gathering, that type of thing. You always know how to set the plate up or set the table up, I'll say. Those charcuterie boards are amazing.
Yes, that is one of my favorite parts.
Still big.
It is very big still, and it's such a great gift. Everybody gets a gift, online, orders their registry. And it's so nice when you can come in and get a little something extra special, personalized to add to the online gift that just got shipped to their house.
And if you come in and shop around and you can't for some reason find that perfect item for somebody, you can always get a gift card.
Yes, you can. And they come in a darling gift card basket.
Excellent. And speaking of darling, if you do find that right item, that perfect item, maybe many, love the way that you gift wrap. So special and always unique. This screams many things to me. Mother's Day, wedding gift, you've got everybody covered.
We try.
All right. That's another sound of progress. More shoppers are making their way in here to Porch. Busy for us today. Lori, always good to see you.
You too.
Thank you so much for taking us a tour here of Porch.
Thank you.
Porch is located at 3065 North Perryville Road in Rockford. If you'd like to get a hold of them to learn more, you can call the number on screen or check them out on Facebook. Coming up next, a new action thriller arriving in theaters this weekend involves a mother fighting to save her family. Don't go anywhere.
From the future. From the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice Hogs.
Shot on net. Slaggert scores! It down to the goal line, draped it across, they score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick!
Local baseball action with your Beloit Sky Car.
He's at the wall, and that ball is gone!
To watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the MVC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives it all the way. Dunk it, Kobe White. Get up or get out the way.
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the State Line's home for sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. Kerry Washington is back on the big screen this weekend in a genre she hasn't tried for a while. David Daniel talked with her about Shadow Force.
8 years ago, I recruited these two into a unit known as Shadow Force. We did God's dirty work around the globe.
We have a son now. We cannot do this anymore.
Shadow Force came with one ironclad rule. No one leaves.
Kerry Washington takes her shot in Shadow Force.
There isn't a distance you can travel or a hole dug deep enough where I can't reach you.
I can't help but feel a little flattered.
The star says she waited a long time for the right action role.
I dipped a toe in when I did Mr. and Mrs. Smith many years ago, and I loved it.
Cold shot, show me what you got. That was amazing.
Washington sought out French actor Omar Sy directly.
I just, with my husband's permission, slid into his DMs, and I just said, "Hey, I have something really exciting that I'd love to work on with you." And then I sat by my phone like a teenager, waiting for him to respond.
Don't be mad. I was always a better shot than you.
No.
Yes.
Never.
What? And he did, and we talked, and he read it, and he loved it, and I just thought, well, this is it. Now we have a movie, because his involvement made the film global in scope.
You took the thing I love most, and isn't he the thing that you love most?
It's really about love, and it's about family, and it's about two parents who love each other and love their son enough that they will go to the ends of the earth to protect each other.
I care about my family, and I will kill to protect them.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Lots of great movies coming out later this month. That's going to wrap up the Morning Blend Extra for today. Thanks so much for watching.